you're thinking about moving to the St. George region and you've seen this thing, the City of Washington, and you're wondering maybe the City of Washington is right for me. So what we're going to do in this video is we're just going to show you a full vlog tour of the City of Washington. I love Washington. It's very, it's much more peaceful, I would say. Even though St. George itself is definitely a very peaceful place, I feel like Washington is a little bit more peaceful. Very beautiful, lots of wonderful new construction. So we're gonna show that to you right now, so stay tuned. So one thing, when you are watching this video, you might have some questions, you might get confused, you might, want to talk to somebody about, what's going on, like, is this the right place for me? So if that happens to come up, don't forget to reach out to us. I'm Courtney Dezad. This is Sean Dezad, my husband. He's a little sick right now. But we are actually licensed realtors, and we don't want to bore you with this because we know this is boring. But do reach out to us if you are thinking about moving here to the St. George region. And also, don't forget to subscribe.
So here we are in Washington Fields. It's interesting because there's still fields here, but at some point they may need to rename this place because it seems like a lot of these fields over time have been, have turned into new developments. And again, these developments are really cool. Actually, this is one of my favorite parts, areas in the St. George-ish region. I mean, obviously, I know this is technically part of this is Washington, of course, but you just have a lot of new developments and some not and newer developments. So if you're looking for a brand new construction or newer construction, this is an awesome place. It's pretty convenient access. You have a lot of infrastructure here too. You have Smith's Market, you have Lynn's Market too. So again, it just kind of has a little bit of everything going on here.
And Sean and I really love the style of architecture of all of the new homes in Washington Fields. I mean, Washington Fields does have some, quote, older homes, older for St. George, not really old. But yeah, so we love the style of home here, the farmhouse style. It's just so beautiful. It's definitely one of my favorite parts of the St. George region, like Sean was saying, and the pretty fields, and so many of the homes as well, they have a nice view of Pine Mountain as well, and it looks so nice, especially when there's snow on top of Pine Mountain, and it's just a really, really beautiful part of this area. And Washington Fields is about 15 minutes from downtown St. George. So here we are, we're at the Green Springs Golf Course in Washington. Sean doesn't feel good, so he's probably not going to be talking that much. But there's a lot of cute houses around here, lots of them with 3-car garages, lots of them with golf course views. Just another example of just how cute the city of Washington is. There's a lot of really cool golf courses around here. It's just a really nice, peaceful part of St. George. And there are some gated communities around this golf course too, so if that's something that you're interested in, don't forget to reach out to us. And as we drive out from Green Springs and head towards Coral Canyon, you just see what a beautiful day it is here. There's so many people out golfing. In many regions of the country right now, it is snowing, it is freezing, but here it is just so beautiful, and that is why people live here. Actually, the other day I was in the bank, and the teller was telling me that she moved here about 10 years ago from Idaho, and she said that you could not pay her to go back because of the snow, right? I mean, the weather here 9 months out of the year is just so nice. And as we head towards Coral Canyon, we're on Telegraph Road. We're going to be passing by where you turn to get to the Washington Community Center. It's a really big, really cool community center. They have a big pool there, they have a big gym there, basketball courts. I know when the World Senior Games come here, they do a lot of events there. They did a big basketball tournament there for the World Senior Games, so it's a big area that people go just to stay healthy and, do things to keep themselves entertained. So here we are, we're at the Views at Coral Canyon, which is a newer development here in Washington. And yes, you actually can, they talk about the views, right? You can see Zion in the distance and parts of Hurricane. Very beautiful views out here. Very popular part of Washington. And again, Sean can't talk because he has a cold. So we're right near the Coral Canyon Golf Course, which is another reason why, you know, this area is very popular. And then again, people always wonder, you start getting closer out to Hurricane, and then you wonder how close are you to the center of St. George, and you're about 15 minutes away. And also the views at Coral Canyon, there are lots being built as we speak, so it is definitely one of the newer, you know, new construction areas of the St. George region. So here we are, we're at the Coral Canyon Golf Course. It's a beautiful golf course here in Washington, and there's some beautiful homes right around us, especially some of the homes right behind us, some beautiful estates. And when you're getting out here into Washington, you are getting closer and closer to Zion, and you are away some of St. George, especially right around now, you know, fall, winter, that's when the tourism season really starts picking up and St. George gets much busier. But out here in Washington, it feels a lot more peaceful. It's more just residential. It's not as, you know, tourist driven. So it does feel a lot more peaceful out here than some of the neighborhoods that you would find in the city of St. George itself, especially when you're right around the center. And out here in Coral Canyon, you are about 15 minutes from the center of St. George and about 15 minutes from the hospital, if you're wondering, you know, how far away you are from some of the more major areas. So here we are, we're in the Stucki Farms area of Washington, and it's really cool. It's being built out in phases. There's lots of different little developments as part of, you know, this big phase by phase build out. What's cool about it, it does have a farmhouse that has a cool little pool behind it, and right where the farmhouse is, there's some vacation rentals. It is very close to the regional airport, and anytime that you are looking for new construction in this region, you know, some homes will pop up around here because, again, this is being built out phase by phase.
And now we have finally made it to the city of Santa Clara.
So here we are in Santa Clara. Now Santa Clara is so cute. It's very small, but if you do get the opportunity to live here, it is so charming and so cute. It's different than a lot of St. George because when you come here, because there's the Santa Clara River, it has a lot more green than what you would really expect in St. George, because obviously everyone thinks, oh, St. George, it's a desert, and it is. But Santa Clara is a much older community, and so the greenery has been allowed to grow here. And one thing about the river is that you do have to know that they have had flooding issues in the past with the river. I know that the city has done a lot of work in terms of getting better systems in place, in terms of making sure that there is no flooding in the future, but obviously, you know, you can never predict what's going to happen. So you do have to know that there has been flooding here. But beyond that, I mean, Santa Clara is so cute. I mean, City Hall is right behind me. There's the Santa Clara Inn right in front of me. It's a cute little inn. Lots of people love to do weddings here, that kind of stuff. There's lots of pockets in Santa Clara that are so, so gorgeous. For example, there's these little pockets right by Arrowhead Elementary, and they have these homes that they kind of look like Disney castles. So, so gorgeous. And then you have Santa Clara Heights, which, you know, it's just your typical run-of-the-mill neighborhood that you'd see anywhere in the St. George region. But what's so cool about it is that you see so many of the red rocks that St. George is so famous for, and it's contrasted against the lava fields. So beautiful. So I hope you've enjoyed our big, long tour. And remember, we are licensed realtors here in the state of Utah. So don't forget to reach out to us if you have any questions, or if you just want to start planning your move here to this beautiful, beautiful little section of this American Southwest in Utah.